Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to the Czech Republic, where my dad is sitting right now. For anyone that does not know me, my name is Teresa Strakova, and I am, of course, with Keller Williams. And happy Red Day to everyone in the room. I am so happy to be here because Red Day is the one day in a year where all of us across the entire world at Keller Williams, we take the day off and we renew, energize, and we donate for a great cause. So I'm very happy to be here. Of course, I am so happy to have my own dad, who you can hopefully see in the screen. His name is Frantisek Straka, but he goes with the shorter version of Franz. So Franz is joining us today. Thank you so much for taking the time. And for anyone who doesn't know my dad, he basically is quite famous in Europe, believe it or not. He is a former professional football, I'm very sorry, it's called football in Europe, soccer player for any one of you here. And he has spent almost a decade playing for Sparta Prague. If anyone knows Sparta Prague, it's the biggest and most famous club in the Czech Republic. Back in the day, it was still Czechoslovakia. And in 1988, two amazing things happened. The first thing that happened is my dad was the very first professional soccer player from the Czech Republic, or Czechoslovakia back then, who was allowed to transfer to the German Bundesliga. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what that is. And he joined probably the second most successful soccer club until now, which is Borussia Mönchengladbach, a big rival of Bayern Munich, of course. That's the first great thing that happened. The second great thing that happened, I am very thankful for that. I was born! So my dad had a very successful career in Germany as well, where he was known as a very hardworking and fearless player in the back. And he had great successes. Amongst others, he was actually able to play for the Czechoslovakia national team for a very long time. And he participated 1990 in the World Cup, playing for Czechoslovakia. And guys, believe it or not, but Dad, if you can show us the jersey that you have on and tell us a little bit more about what it is that you're wearing, that would be amazing.
USA.
And can you tell us from what year it is?
It is the jersey from Steve Trichu. Okay, it was 1990, exactly what you said. It was a fantastic game against the first game in the World Cup in Italy. It was in Firenze, and a lot of fans there, you know. We won this game, you know, before the USA came. Before the USA came, they were like favorite in the group. We had in the group Italy, this is the favorite number one, and then Austria, Czechoslovakia, and USA. And they came like the favorite of the group because in the preparation, they lose no one a game. They played so well, but the World Cup is World Cup. It was amazing, the first game, everybody appreciate. And we won 5-1, 5-1, we beat USA. They were so upset. And I spoke after the game with Steve Trichu, but after this World Cup, he changed the club and then gone to Sparta Prague. It is my ex-club from Sparta. Okay, it was very interesting, very interesting. So just for funny.
Amazing. Thank you so much for telling us more about that. I, on the other hand, I am wearing a red shirt. This is the Czech national team's jersey. My dad actually coached a couple of interim games himself. So yes, forgot to mention that he's a great coach now, by the way. And it's actually signed. I'm not sure if you can see it, but thank you, Dad. This is a signed Czech national team jersey, and it's red. Isn't that amazing? Red Day, perfect. But yeah, to piggyback off from what I just said, so my dad, he had a couple of really great stations in the Bundesliga. He was with Hansa Rostock, for example, who was in the Bundesliga back then as well. And he played as long as he could, guys. I think, Dad, until when did you play? How old were you when you had to kind of, stop your career?
Oh, I was 40.
40 years. Oh my
I was
goodness.
40.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's just a long time ago.
Yeah, guys, he was hardworking, and I hope everyone can see this. He's so passionate about what he does, and he wanted to continue being very involved in the game. And of course he couldn't do that himself anymore, just because it's just what it is at 40. Sometimes you can't play on anymore yourself. So what do? You stand at the sideline. Easy as that, right? So he made it his mission to pass the FIFA license, which he did. And only about a couple, maybe few years into his career as a coach now, he was able to enter the Czech league again very, very quickly, with a lot of success with another team in the first league in the Czech Republic. And then his dream became true for the second time. So Dad, do you want to tell us a little bit more about what happened after Teplice?
Oh, it was amazing because, I came home to Sparta Prague after a long time, and it was amazing if I came to the stadium and the fans, they were so excited about me, and it was so big paper there, France will come home, after a long time, didn't forget me. And I was really happy. So we played Champions League against Manchester United, Olympique Lyon, and it was so successful. It was really great. And I remember on the time, and fantastic time at me.
So after he successfully entered the league with Teplice, he actually got an offer from his famous and absolutely beloved club again, but this time as a coach. So he was able to join Sparta Prague, had really, really great success there as a coach. But let's stop talking about us now. What questions did you have? So I have some amazing questions for you, Dad. I'm so excited. Let's start with the first one, which kind of takes us back to when you're kind of little. But tell us a little bit more about, when was it that you started playing soccer, and at what age? So how old were you when you realized, like, this is going to be my career, this is going to be my job, and this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life?
Oh yeah, well, I started playing football at the age of 6. I was very young and early, because this is necessary if you want to be professional. You have to start really early. This is very important. And then the next step, the biggest step was, to go to the Sparta Prague. Okay, it was 1979, and it is a long time ago. And I was very lucky, man, because we had a fantastic group, and we won many titles with Sparta Prague, and we were champions, of the league, and we won many times Liga Cup. Then came for me, it was amazing challenge what Teresa said about Germany, because each player in the Czech Republic has some dream to go to West Germany, or to Belgium, to Holland, to Spain, like this. Okay, and I got this offer from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Exactly what you said about this club, maybe second the best club in the Germany, famous club with many great players, Netzer, Bonhoff, this is Effenberg, the fantastic players there. And I'm also very happy about one point. I was the captain of the team after 5 months, and it was fantastic time. And exactly what Teresa said, 18 July, I was the happiest man on the world, because mine, Teresa, was born in the Germany. So I am so happy. I'm really proud of my daughter because the mentality of her is the same like me. This is the excitement, passion. If you do anything, you have to do 100%. You have to believe in that. And I like it so much here. So and after this point, Borussia Mönchengladbach, exactly what Teresa said also, I stood with my family in the Germany, and then I started my coaching career after this football career. And I must to say it was also very interesting. I was in many countries around the world. So I was the coach in Africa. I was coach in Australia. Also the special mentality and the kangaroos, and this is unbelievable. The style of the football and the mentality of the players. It was fantastic. I love it so much, Australia. But also in the Africa, it is different culture. I was the coach in the Egypt, and no one to know what's happened in the Egypt. So it is a little bit difficult. This lifestyle there, but this mentality of the people are very kindly. I have no problem there, and they are crazy, football crazy people. And if you see now how many players play in the Europe. Okay, Mohamed Salah is the one best of the player of the world. They play for Liverpool. In my friend Jurgen Klopp is the coach, soccer coach there. So then it was a lot of experience, and then I was in Greece and Poland, Slovak Republic. I was many countries. We needed more time to explain you. It was really good time, and to time I'm back in the Czech Republic. I'm in the Prague, and I waiting again of big challenge.
Very nice. I think my dad brings up some points that are, very valuable to any one of us who wants to do anything with, a specific career. If you're really determined, if you have the mindset, if you're passionate about something, and if you can, if you want to give it 100%, the sky's the limit around the world. And I think my dad has proven that with, his career. But speaking of which, so Dad, tell us a little bit more, because one of the questions that we have here is, what did your schedule look like? Can you tell us, like, what did you do when you woke up in the morning? Can you tell us how did you end your day?
Okay, well, every mean maybe if you are professional soccer, you do nothing. It's not true because you are all the time busy. You have a schedule what you have to do a day, and early in the morning wake up. You know exactly what you have to eat, because if you have the training session, the first training session in the morning, we have to know what to do. Okay, and before you start the training, for example, if you start 9 o'clock in the morning, so you had to be in the dressing room 1 hour before, because you need a time to be prepared for the training session. If you need something, from the masseur, if you are injured, if you need more warm up like this, it is individually. You must to be there. You had to be there. Okay, and then after the training session, the first training session, you get a small lunch. It's first recovery, small lunch. Okay, because you have the second training session afternoon. Okay, after the second session, you have this preparation for the next day, or you go individually to the gym, you stay in the gym, and then you go back again for recovery. Okay, it's depend of the week, how many games you have in the week. If you have if you have 3 games a week, so Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, you don't have a time to make it a lot of training sessions, because you need recovery. And if you have only just normal week, Sunday, or Saturday, you can do a more for your fitness, for your abilities, okay, if you make more gym like this. But after this schedule, I think, if you go home, so you get some dinner, light dinner, and you fly in the bed, you are really happy, you sleep. Okay, and the next game, the same. Also, it is not so anybody mean it. Okay, the professional players, they do nothing. They are boring time for them. They go to the beach and they make it 2 hours there and then home and they home all the day for yourself. No, it is really very hard way. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, good. Sorry, I was like so much into, how your day looks like, and it's amazing, the routine. I love it. And I think I want to, we had a couple of questions for you when it comes to your mindset and your mentality. We had people that asked, like, how do you prepare yourself? Because you're constantly training, you're constantly on top of your game, you're preparing for this one game. Maybe tell us a little bit more about, what did you do to help you stay mentally fit? Did you have like any, affirmations that you had, like something before the game that you were like, I told this to myself and, to keep me motivated? Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about, the mental, the head aspect of your career and when you were a player.
Yeah, you're absolutely right what you said, because if you're working with the people, you are mentally, after any time, absolutely empty, because it is a lot of power what you lose in the speaking, motivation, okay, some special reaction of the players if you want to talk to them, and it is not some group, you talk to them individually. Okay, and if I need a more power for me, especially mentality power, so I like to go to the church, because it is quite there. I can speaking with my parents. They are not alive. It is a long time they died, because if you be there, it is some spirit for me. So I take it in myself to have this power in my body to make it again. And next day, if you come to the training session, if you come to the club, then it's this really absolutely pressure on your person, because everybody want to know what's happened. Everybody want to know what you want to do it. What your schedule the day you have some press conference, you have many meetings with the mass media like this, so it costs a lot of power. So it is exactly what I need, is this really quiet, be quiet, and sometimes go with my dog, out in the forest and got it inside power again.
Wonderful. I love that. Was there anything that you said to yourself before the game? Because I'm sure everyone has seen a soccer game at some point, but you basically line up before they kind of tell you, oh, now you can go onto the field. Was there anything, when you're standing there, you're waiting to go outside, that you said to yourself, anything specific, or were you just dead in your head? You're like, I cannot wait. Tell us more about that.
Anyway, as player, like player, it was different. Like a soccer coach, like player, I was really nervous, because you waited on the start, and you don't know what's happened. Maybe you start to doubt about yourself, if you make some mistakes, if you are not ready, if what you're doing in the situation 1-to-1, so like this. But after one touch with the ball, it is about confidence. I was so strong there, I like the people, they are strong. They didn't so much talking, but they showing on the field. The muscles, I'm here, I'm ready to go, I'm the part of the team. And if anybody mean it, so I'm here. So exactly, you have to be confident about that, what you want to do, and I did.
Wonderful. I love that. We have a very great question, I think, from Lady. So Lady, thank you. Lady would like to know, and I think this is such a great question. We're from Europe, right? So my dad, he's originally Czech, and then he went to Germany. He didn't know any German. He was in Australia. I'm not sure if you know the Aussies, but they speak different English. And he was in Egypt, he was in Lebanon. So Dad, tell us a little bit more about how you overcame the language as well as cultural barriers that you have encountered either throughout your soccer career or your coaching career. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
If I understand you správně, já to říkám, stejně musím pomoct malinko?
Sure, we'll
So no
donate.
problem. Okay. Tak se na to, jakým způsobem jsem já se naučil tu řeč, nebo jak? Okay.
Jak si to zvládal s nima komunikovat? Jak si to zvládal
Okay.
s nima, protože jsi nemluvil to, co mluvili oni, tak jenom třeba
Okay.
on měl, kdo ti pomáhal?
Yes, this is
doing the best here.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. This is a little bit different, you know. It's sure if you can speaking this language in the countries, it's much better because the translator, you don't know how they translate it, what you mean, what you say. And I had a little bit problems with it in Egypt, only but into because I wasn't convinced about the people they translated what I said. You know, this was the problem. But I think.
Did you have dolmetschers as well? While
I had a dolmetscher. Yes, exactly. I had a dolmetscher, but the point was if I have a choice of the dolmetscher, so I preferred this German language because this is my second mother language. I understand much better. So and then it was of this German language. So but it was no problem to talk to anyone because they were very kindly, they were very patient with me also.
And I think you're bringing up a really good point here. If you're kind and you might not know the language, you might not be familiar with the religion, people are going to be kind to you back. So I think, you know, here at Keller Williams, that is also something that, you know, I'm very happy that we're kind, every one of us. So I love that. Thank you so much. We have another interesting question, Dad. Do you have an athlete? No, it doesn't matter, you know, if it's, you know, soccer related or not, that you currently follow or, you know, you're a fan of, who, you know, you could share with us, and can you tell us why? Jestli máš někoho, nějaký atlet nebo někdo jiný, koho teď momentálně sleduješ, někdo, kdo je mentálně fit, koho by si nám tady mohl doporučit?
So what I like it is like athlete because my wife was ex-like athlete. You were the same, you know. So I was big fan from Usain Bolt. You know, this was amazing guy. You know, what he did, you know, on in the stadium there. You know, it was excitement and passion. You know, this is amazing. And then, you know, I like it also this marathon mains, you know, Kipchoge, and this is if you can imagine run a marathon under 2 hours, it is this is amazing. How do you want to do that? You know, so this is under 2 hours, fantastic. So I like it this because it is strongest what you can do. This is football is 1 point, soccer is 1 point, because like athlete, this is amazing, great, number one for me.
Amazing. I love those people that you brought up, and it kind of also resonates with, I think, your mentality. You're someone who is you know, again, a hard worker, very passionate, but who is also able to excite people. And I think that's also very, very positive if you can translate that. And, you know, as Bolt as well as Kipchoge, they're amazing athletes. They've done things that no one else has done in the world, and they're also very kind and positive. So I really love that. All right, so I think I read perfect, by the way. Okay, maybe tell us a little bit more about kind of your day-to-day in the Czech Republic. So I know that you are kind of famous there, but I also know that you're basically one of those celebrities that just go out and they don't really, you know, care that they're that famous. So you wouldn't have a problem with having a beer with a random person, although they might be staring at you like, is that really him?
Yeah. You also try to. I'm just normal one. I'm not special one. so, so it is. If you go to the pub and you can drink with the people outside, with the guys there, it is fantastic. It's two time a little bit different. It was very unpleasant, difficult time around the world because this pandemic and coronavirus. Well, it was not easy. Everybody home, you can't go outside, you can't talk to anyone. You had the rules, and like this, and everybody have a scare about anybody to meet and to anybody to speaking. So then it's much better, and I hope so much we will come back to normal life, and the pubs are open. This is great. We can go outside, we can talk together, we can drink a beer and talk together. It's too time much better. I'm very happy about it. But this is just normal. If I come to pub, anybody want a picture like this, I'm just normal one. What I said, come on, make a picture, okay? We drink together one beer, and this is normal. This is normal my life.
No, so yeah, I had to bring it up because it's really interesting how my dad just, he goes out and it's fine. And even if he's taking our dog and we have a soccer field where they live and people are there, he's like, hey, let's like play together. And they're, kids, is like, their dads are like, go, like play with him, you do you know who this is? Of course kids don't know because they're small and they might have not been in the generation. But speaking of which, Dad, can you tell us a little bit more about, how different it is coaching kids and how different it is coaching adults? Have you ever done it before? Tell us a little bit more about what's the big differences in coaching children and adults.
It is a big difference. You can't compare it. If you make a training session with the kids, it's totally different like adults, because you have to work with huge patience with the kids. It's so important to have patience. Always repeat the exercises, explain why, how you doing this. So what you do the mistake, and like this. And adults, they are professional. They have to know that, it is more tactically okay system, and the kids need more games. This is very important, too. And please, I have some for the parents. Please, if you get too much pressure on the kids, it's not good. Let them please play. It's very important. Let them playing, not too much pressure. If you press, if you make it some mistakes, if you do anything bad, so it's just very important to say, okay, try again, it will be fine, it will be good. Give them confidence. It is very important.
I love that, standing behind your children. I think it's so important. And thank you for doing that with me, by the way.
Okay.
My dad has always been very supportive, and I've actually I've done track and field professionally 12 years, and he was a great coach to me as well. But talking about falling down and standing up again, we had a question here from actually Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca. Can you tell us, how did you motivate yourself again after a loss? So how did you fall down and how did you stand up again? Like, what was your ritual to come back?
It's not so easy. If you lose the game, especially at me, I hate the defeats, and this is really one point what you have to be so over the head, to say, okay, we lose the game, okay, we tried again, but it is individually how you are strong in this situation, what you can do. And I appreciate my wife because many times I come home, I'm very unpleasant, very sad, and she's the first one. He gives me the hand and says, "Okay, Franz, okay, come on, okay, it will be fine, it will be good, a next game." and you will be try the best, it is.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I love that. All right, we have, let's see. Yes, we have another amazing question from Gareth. Thank you, Gareth. Who was the most amazing, most successful, most famous soccer player that you have played against?
Oh yeah, this is. I think it's
I'm sure you have many.
it is very simple, But I played in Germany, and they have the best
Many
player in the
stars over
world.
there.
I think it is Jürgen Klinsmann or Lothar Matthäus. What best? What player soccer? So it was Augentar. I think so. My opinion is Lothar Matthäus.
Wonderful. Speaking of, when you're playing, we have another question here from Richard. Thank you so much, Richard. Richard is asking, what was the most memorable moment during 1990 World Cup Italy?
I know what you mean, maybe. It was a quarter-final game against Germany. I was very sad about the situation, but it was a very strange situation, because you're going, Klinsmann gone from the left side inside.
So tell us a little bit more about what exactly happened.
What exactly happened? Yes. So I tell you about this action. So about this action, it was this penalty. It was very bad situation for my team, but we lost this game 1-0, and it was the reasons why we lost the game. It was the penalty, but this penalty
it was your fault. Is that what you're saying?
It was my fault, exactly, because the problem was that, and the situation was my colleague with me, and if this colleague not be close to me, maybe this referee saw the situation another one, and
I'm very sorry, but those are excuses.
there's no excuses, sure. So maybe we were very upset, but any one of us who are really happy.
Yeah, so here's the deal, right? So you're in Germany, you're playing against your colleagues, right? Because you're still in the Czechoslovakia national team. Exactly. There you are in the finals. Quarterfinals.
It was quarterfinal because in the game it was really 50-50. We had also our chances, and maybe the German teams underrate us, and in this, especially second half, we were very good, very tough, and we had also our chances, but we didn't score. It was a very close game.
Yeah, so there was my dad playing for his country, causing a penalty for the Germans. The only goal that fell in the game, and ultimately Germany won that year, right? The World Cup they won.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they won this World Cup. Yeah. They have a really fantastic team.
That's amazing. Perfect. Let me see what other questions we do have here. Oh yeah. Almost forgot. I'm very sorry. I don't remember who asked, but stuck in my head. Dad, can you tell us a little bit more about what do you think of US soccer, both the gents and the ladies? What do you think of it right now, and where do you think are they headed?
So I tell you something. I like it. The ladies, American ladies, they are fantastic player. Amazing, If I saw these matches of American ladies, I was very surprised about this level, how they play. They are really, really fantastic. About the men. Okay, so in the 1990, it was a good team, but it was the quality of the team was not so high. So, but I think to time it's much better because the major league is really very well, very good, and a lot of players from Europe. change the clubs and go to America. You see that soccer in America is grow up, and a lot of fans there in the stadiums, and I like to watch it. I like watch the games because it is really really interesting.
Amazing. Speaking of Germany, I think this is a great question, Lee. He wants to know if you've ever met Franz Beckenbauer, who's sharing your first name with you. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, that's true. So I know personally Franz Beckenbauer very well. We are good friends, and it was 1991. If I played with Hansa Rostock in Bayern Munich, I would won this game 2-1. And Franz Beckenbauer said, if I want one player from Hansa Rostock, it's Frantisek Straka. And till this day, from this day, everybody called me Franz. This is the point.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. Dad, didn't you go to, I think, co-host, I think, analyze a game? Wasn't Franz Beckenbauer there as well? And it was like a running joke where, hey, we have Franz and we have Franz. Which
Exactly.
one do you want to see?
Yeah, it's true, exactly. It was very funny after the game. If you lost the game 1-0 against Germany, he came to me and he said me, "Franz, you are Franz. It's me, Franz. We won together. That's fine. Okay, I meet you again in Mönchengladbach. If you come to Munich, we drink together one beer." It's great.
It's amazing. Who is your favorite person when it comes to soccer? Like, who do you like the most? Who is like, similar to you? Who do you like the most?
This is a difficult question. Who was like me? Who was like me? Maybe Jürgen Kohler. Jürgen Kohler from Borussia Dortmund, because he was also so strong, especially in the situation 1-to-1. I was also marker like Jürgen Kohler. He was excellent header. I was the same. I'm not at all, but I have fantastic jumping and good timing on the ball. And it was very unpleasant play against me. I think, it's the same type like me. And he was also a good character, good fighter.
I love that. And I want to take it over to actually Eileen's question. Thank you so much. I hate to ask this question because I know what my dad is going to say and I don't like it. But Dad, who is your favorite Bundesliga team right now?
This is a question, Jesus. Yeah. Not tell me.
I know what you're going to say.
Bayern Munich.
No.
But I'm big fan from Borussia Mönchengladbach but Bayern Munich it is from my as like small boy. I had the poster, everything there in my room, and it was always Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich. So.
Told you I'm not gonna like it. But I have so many people that ask me, so what is your favorite soccer club? I'm like, you're kidding, right? It's wherever my dad is. Easy as that. I don't, wherever my dad is, like wherever he is right now, so maybe, and I'm sorry again, I don't remember who asked, but really great question again in the back of my head. Dad, with the situation that we're in right now, due to COVID, and it basically is changing life as we know it, not only for the players on the field, but also for the participants, right, the staff, but also for the fans. How do you think is that going to look like? Because I know Germany is going back to playing, right? So tell us more about how they're handling this, how it's going to look like, and what do you think is going to happen?
That's a good question. I'm tomorrow. I go tomorrow in the morning to bring my new CNN,
that's basically it's a television
yes,
station,
exactly.
and you're going to be analyzing for them, right? You're doing that a lot, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. To talk about the situation, what's happened now with soccer in Europe, with soccer around the world, especially in Europe, because the German league started now. But I think I think it's a lot of mark questions, you know, because no one to know what's happened if anybody have this epidemic, the coronavirus inside, you know, and if anybody make it, if anybody is sick or like this, you know, what's happened if you break the league again, you know. So how with the club they are on the top position? What about the clubs they are bottom? Who will be going down? Okay, and who will be go up like this? And especially for the guys, it's not so easy. Another like I think the players they have some problems enduring like this. They had a time to be fit. Okay, they have a time to start again after this rest. Okay, and if anybody say we will have maybe we will have more games in the week, I think it's just normal, you know, because you have a power. You if you stay healthy, I have so much everybody stay healthy, then it's very important for the sport, for the football to start, because it's question of the money. You know how is this, you know, if you break the season, so the clubs lose a lot of money, you know, and the question is really now what's happened during this restart, and not so much everything be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what is going to happen after the first games, you know, how people are going to watch and kind of be involved, and hopefully we'll go back to normal, you know, very soon. And guys, I'm actually amazed. I do have to share this. We have an international crowd here. I'm not sure if you're clicking like through the pictures, but we do have Hatis. I'm sorry, Hatis, if I'm not pronouncing your name as great. But Hatis is from Turkey. He's joining us from Turkey, everyone. Isn't that amazing? And Hatis' home club is Galatasaray.
Oh yeah, Galatasaray.
And Hatis is asking, what do you think about Galatasaray? So tell us more about, you know, tell Hatis what do you think of his
Galatasaray. My famous club in Turkey, absolutely. So one biggest club there, you know. So big opponent Besiktas. So they don't like it, you know. So but Galatasaray, it was always the famous club, always famous the club in the Turkey, really. And I played there with national team of Czechoslovakia. It was the qualification game against Turkey, and we won this game 3-0.
Pretty sure he's not going to be happy to hear that.
Maybe not.
Oh, wonderful. Actually, Hatis is actually in New York. So there you go. What a small world. I love this, guys.
The world is small, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If we have any more international people here, definitely please feel free to keep the questions going. I have one very specific question for you. It's actually for my dear friend and colleague Marisol. And she is asking about the 2014 World Cup. She's asking about the penalty that was given in favor of the Dutch when they were playing against Mexico, and if it was fair. So she's saying it's you know, still a very big discussion, but if you can remember, what is your opinion on that?
I can't remember now on the situation.
All right,
so
no problem.
I don't know why. So no, I can't remember now on the situation. Sorry.
No problem. Marisol will analyze after our call and then get back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. All right. Let's see if we have. All right, Boli, thank you so much for your question. But I think my dad looks younger than he is, because Boli is asking if you played with Beckham.
No, he's much younger as me. But he was excellent player.
Yeah. Do you like him as a player?
Yeah, exactly. He was fantastic player, and especially the set pieces. Great player, great player.
Great, amazing. I love that. Any other famous favorite clubs that you have in the UK? The UK is such a big, player in the soccer world. But what is your favorite club there?
Oh, this is sure Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool.
Liverpool.
So Liverpool. So because I know him personally, and he, he's a very nice person, and what he did with the club, he pushed the club on the top, and this is amazing work what he did, with his club.
Wonderful.
Number one, perfect, excellent.
But you know what? Let's actually talk about something else. Dad, tell everyone, what else do you love besides soccer?
My family. My family is everything. And
Any other
if
sports
you,
that you do that you really like to play?
oh yeah, so I like it golf and I like it tennis. I like it tennis. Uh, it is very pity because I couldn't play more football. I have a little bit problem with my knee,
It's
but
fine. You're just getting old.
yeah, thank you very much. But I spend a lot of time also on the golf. But the priority is my family, my wife, and if you are home, me too. So we go outside, we enjoy the time together. This is the best what I have.
Nice, amazing. You're actually a really good golf player.
Oh, so no good player. I'm average. I'm average because
Good.
it is in me. So if I have a challenge, I have a challenge. Or sometimes I'm so unpleasant. Because this is the small hole and the ball wasn't go there, and I ask me why. So it's very funny. So
Oh my God, it's so much fun. We have, oh yeah, this is a fun one. Thank you, Kenny. But Kenny's asking, Juve or Il Toro?
El Toro, El Toro.
I'm wondering what Kenny is going to say to that, if it's going to be a
Yeah.
thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yeah, like this.
Amazing. Okay.
Funny.
Dad, did you play with any of the really big names like Pele?
Oh no, it is old generation, but if
Did you
I
meet
was,
them? Any?
no, I met a lot of famous players. It was I was one time, I think it was in 1996. I was uh, with old boys in Singapore. It was um, it was charitativní
A charity event?
game and charity event, and it was also a famous player from Holland,
True,
Holland, and
true.
Eduardo. It was
Because
let
we have
me
a Dutch guy on here, so don't make any mistakes. I'm
yeah,
definitely gonna
sure,
clear it.
sure. Uh, my God, you see. Oh, I don't remember now. So
It's fine. We don't have
if
to
you stop at
remember all
if
Dutch
you stop at
people.
if you stop at the conference, then I tell you the names, of the players.
It sounds like we don't need it,
So,
right? But hey,
but
it's a big deal. We have one famous Dutch soccer player. That's enough. That's fine. We don't need more.
yeah. No, I
Okay,
remember. I will remember. So
it's
let let
fine.
let me
I'm
see. Let
pretty
me see.
sure it comes to you whenever.
Oh, Rene and Willy van der Kerkhoff.
Ah,
Rene and Willy van der Kerkhoff, famous player from Holland. Excellent guys, very funny, really. It was really great team because it was around from the world, and we had players also from Brazil. Eduardo was there, and from UK it was Anthony Woodcock. He played for Arsenal London. Then later in the Germany too, he was the first player from England or from UK in Germany. He played for Colonia, from Colonia. And then Trevor Cherry for Derby Country. So Mark Lauren from Liverpool. It was amazing team. So it was really fantastic trip there to Singapore. We played 2 games there. So, and it was very interesting there.
Very nice. I love that. And yes, the Dutch are funny at times if they want to be. And Edward, who is on our call, can definitely speak more to that. But I actually had a question for myself. And Sarah, this is not about me. Don't ask me questions. But Sarah Klaum is asking what it was like growing up with a famous soccer dad. So I want to answer that real quick because I think for me, it was kind of surreal because if you're living with someone like my dad and, you know, people walk up to him, they want to take pictures and they're like, so what do you think? What is it living with him? It really, it's not like that. For you, it's just your dad. And yes, he might be more in, you know, television, but I'm sure, you know, maybe you've been on television and people are like, oh my God. So it wasn't really a big deal. And I think, it ties back into how my dad raised me, and he really raised me, you know, we say grounded. So we were very grounded as a family, and I'm sure you hear this from him. He's easygoing. He is not doing a big thing about who he is. So he's very accessible and very personable. It doesn't matter if it's in a professional sphere or if it's with his friends or if it's with a stranger that walks up to him. So it was fine. I mean, I think it was always funny, you know. You were expecting someone around the corner to like jump at him. It's like, can I take a picture? All the time. So you were prepared, and you know, it was fine. Of course, you're being a little bit more careful about what it is that you do. So I mean, it's okay. It's not that big of a, let's say, deal, to answer your question. Dad, do you resonate with that? We're kind of cool, right?
That's right.
Cool as cucumbers. So let's see, what else do we have? All right, Richard, another great question from you. Who is your favorite player of all time who is Czech?
Oh, this is very simple, Pavel Nedvěd.
Oh my God, Richard, are you serious?
Pavel Nedvěd, you know, it is so the best player in the Europe, and he was an amazing guy.
I love that. That's actually what Richard responded. I love that.
I know him a long time. He started at Sparta Prague. He was just normal player, very simple guy, and he was really tough, you know, and each year was better and better, and he got it the time to go to Italy, and he did very well. He's a big person and good boy.
Wonderful. I have one question here from Attila, and he's asking, talent or hard work?
Both. Without the talent, you can be good player. Without the hard work, you can be good footballer. So you can forget it. Both is very important.
Perfect. I love that. All right. We have one really great question that we received through Eventbrite, but we have, I'm sure, many moms, many dads, many parents here who have children at home, and kudos to you guys. You are rock stars. I have trouble like concentrating, but you have children, so you know, kudos to everyone who's homeschooling, and you're doing an amazing job, even if you think you're not. I'm pretty sure you are. But Dad, we want to know, what is your recommendation for anyone who has children, and you know, if they're soccer fans, if they're into football, what can they do at home to keep their children occupied? I think you want to show us something, right?
Yes, I can show you something what you can do.
Yes, let's do it.
It is very important if you have a place. What for place do you have? You know, you can do it inside home or outside. Okay, perfect. We will start it now. The practice. Okay, I will prepare outside, and we can watch it. What you can do with the boys, with the kids. You know, if you have a time, it's very important. Let them play, and if you want a footballer, okay, try to do everything with the ball. Okay, without the ball, can everybody running. But
perfect.
Most important is the ball. Okay, let's go. Let's ask it. Okay,
let's go. Let's do it. Ready, everyone? What's happening? I'm not sure what's happening.
So we go outside now. So we go outside. So it is, I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh, we can see you perfectly. Show us. I want to see your skills.
So,
I'm pretty sure you can't do
okay.
anything anymore.
You can see that? Okay, let's go. So you see this basket, you know, because
Yeah?
I have not this equipment here. This is normal, but I use this small
It's,
gun basket.
it's
Okay.
flower pots,
Okay.
right? I think it's flower pots.
I have not the ball.
Oh, don't forget the ball. It's like the most important thing. Duh.
So I have the special one. Look at it here. I have the special one. It is
Oh,
Barcelona.
yeah,
It
Barcelona.
is Barcelona ball. All right. Okay. So especially it is this practice, you know, it is a school, it is skillful on the ball, you know, so the controlling the ball. What I said, you know, running, you can, but if you have the ball, you have to run also with the ball. This technique, you know, how do you wanna keep it the ball? So you like this ball, okay, let the guys nice, you know, through us, just back.
We can't really see.
You get the inside of the foot. Okay, this is the left one. You can change right side, left side, or you can turn again. You can see. You go back, okay, and then you change. So outside top of the foot, you go with the ball like this, okay, and then another leg inside. Okay, you go back to the situation and you try again. Okay, so and nice. Okay, you have a lot of exercises. Then for the feeling of the ball, you pass and you round it out the ball, okay? And then so you run and you go. You go behind the ball, okay? So if you want to do something for the fitness, okay? So you get a ball, use the ball, okay? So and use. Hop, 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 and to the ball. And again, okay, you have a lot of exercises. You take it top of the foot, the ball, you make it like this, okay? You're controlling the ball.
We can't really see you, but I'm sure it's great. Mom, you're doing a terrible job. Just back up. Just go back.
So, and I have, it's just 1 minute.
Yes.
We spoke about famous players, okay, around the world. And how is this if you want to be soccer star? I think we have only 2 players on the world. They are soccer stars. It is Ronaldo and it is Messi. And I spoke to Lionel Messi if he can coming to my garden to show you how is this training with the ball. Okay, so you'll
Messi?
dribble.
Are you sure he's coming?
Controlling. Okay, so and here's the Messi. So Messi, let's go. Look at this here. Look at this here. Okay, this is Messi. Look at this here. So fantastic.
My to nevidíme, víš? Já, takhle je to lepší.
Let's go. So fantastic. Come on. And
Nevidíme.
so I think that's enough.
That. Thank you so much. Applause, everyone. Amazing. That is amazing. Oh my God.
So you see, we are here very busy. We are very busy with our dog because it's really fantastic. What she's doing with the balls is amazing, really.
Guys, you can be so creative. My dad used flower pots. If you don't have a soccer ball, give them anything else. They can balance it on their tip, right? They can, you know, even if you're only in your living room, you can be sprinting back and forth and tell them like, hey, you know, this is what you do. So I think they were really great demonstrations. Thank you so much, Dad. We really appreciate it. Live demonstration, well done.
My
And
pleasure.
so great. I think this is the conclusion. What a great grand finale. Thank you. I'm
Okay.
sure you're a little bit out of breath. But yeah, thank you everyone. Again, from my heart for supporting us. I know this is not easy and you know, not everyone is doing great. So really thank you for helping us to fundraise and for being here, you know, showing up to interview my dad. And thank you for the amazing questions. Dad, I want to thank you for your time. You've done amazing. Thanks for answering everything. And that's it, guys. Number 1 done for the day. Yes. And we have so many more to go, people. I need you back on the calls, right? Zoom calls are coming. It's a Zoomathon. So just like Kipchoge, don't give up. It's not a sprint. We have so many more people to come. So let's make you show up. Give your support. Happy Red Day, everyone. And thank you for watching. Be safe, be well, and stay positive.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.